What up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Right About Now presents the Virtual Slam Poetry Wheelhouse Edition. My name is Chibbi, and I'm going to be your host for this evening. Super excited to be here with you guys all across the interwebs. Tonight, what you're going to see is we have two teams of three poets that are going to compete in head-to-head rounds in themed category rounds. And so on Team Psychedelic Purple, you're going to hear from Steph Love, you're going to hear from Cassandra IsFree, you're going to hear from Sarah Bellum, and on Team Neon Green, you've got Kimberly Shaw The Closer, Miss Zanny, and Miss Poetica. So we're this is going to be fire. Okay, we have an all-female lineup. It is Women's History Month, and we're ready to get going on this Virtual Slam Poetry Wheelhouse Edition. And if you're watching this right now and you're thinking to yourself, I want to get up on this slam. I want to be part of this. We got cash slams coming up in the future. Maybe I want to win some money. I've seen them do open mics. I want to be part of that. How can I be part of that? It's real simple. All you got to do is head over to the Right About Now Facebook page and click on the big blue button to become a supporter. It's only $4.99 a month. With that, you get access to our virtual slams and open mics. You also get monthly writing prompts and monthly writing challenges, access to instructor-led workshops and panels, community writing, feedback from your peers and feedback sessions, access to our Right About Now members Facebook group, as well as discounts on the online merch store, access to the Right About Now submissions fund, which Anya sent some receipts in. And then when the world opens back up and we start live shows again, you'll be able to watch our live features no matter where you are in the world, because those get streamed directly for our Right About Now members and supporters. So make sure, if you haven't already, after the show, go over to the Right About Now page on Facebook, click Become a Supporter. It's only $5 a month, y'all. Y'all pay way too much more for so many other things. Anywho, let's get into some poetry. All right. So I told you who's competing. The rules are simple. Each round is a themed round, one against one. They already know the categories for it, so we've already paired them up. They don't know who they're competing against. Only we know who they're competing against. They will have the standard 3 minutes and 10 seconds to perform their poem. Both poets will be visible throughout the entire round. After the round is done, what we will do is we will post a link in the comment section to a poll, because the audience tonight is you, beautiful people. You are our judges for this evening. So we're going to post that link in the comment section. You're going to click on that link. You're going to go vote for who you think won that round. It's head to head. You can only pick one. That's how these things work, y'all. So at the end of the night, we will have 3 rounds. Best of 3 wins the night and bragging rights until the next time we come around to doing this. So, yes, happy Women's Internationals Day, ladies. Happy in Women's History Month. So, my poets are ready to go. We're ready to go. You guys still need to test your voting fingers, your voting apparatus. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a sacrificial round to get you guys going, to practice those online polls, and make sure that you're able to log on and cast your vote, because your voice matters. And so, very appropriately, the theme for our sacrificial round is women's history. So coming up first in the women's history sacrificial round, y'all show some love in the comments section for the one and only Glory Be.
You had plenty money, 1922. You let other women make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men? When I was a kid, I wanted to be Jessica Rabbit. From the moment they pulled aside that curtain to reveal her legs, hips, breasts, and long flowing red hair, I knew that was exactly the kind of woman I wanted to be when I grew up. Adults didn't seem to understand. They reacted the same way they did when I said I wanted to grow up to be Marilyn Monroe. They said things like, why would such a bright young girl want to grow up to be a slut? And at 8 years old, all I could tell them was that she was so pretty, and she sang. At 12 years old, even at the shallow end of puberty, I could have told you that sex is power. It's the kind most readily available to women. By 18, I would have told you that all I wanted was to be wanted and everyone wanted her. And it wasn't until I was in my early 20s that I began to question this notion that being in possession of that kind of beauty automatically made you a slut. As if feminism couldn't wear a red dress or a woman's virtue was inversely proportional to the size of her breasts, sometimes. I think the morality of a man is mostly determined by what he does and what he wants to do, but the morality of a woman is mostly determined by what men want to do to her. You have to toe the line with sexy. The reason the girl next door is such a fantasy is that she might fuck you, but she probably won't fuck you. I wanted to be Jessica Rabbit because from the moment she stepped up onto that stage, jaws dropped. Wolves whistled, eyes watered, she was so spicy. And yet, in the face of all that unfiltered sexuality, when she could have been the trophy of wealth or power or fame or fortune, all she wanted was Roger Rabbit, the goofy cartoon bunny that made her laugh and loved her. I hope every young girl grows up to be a slut just like that. Wow!
All right. That was Glory B kicking it off in the sacrificial round, the women's history round of the Virtual Slam Poetry Wheelhouse edition. Coming up next, right up against Glory B. Y'all show some love in the comments section for yeah.
Mocked my eyes by using their fingers to drag out the racism. My tiny hands could not yet grasp the pain, but I still managed to swallow it whole anyways. That day at school, I learned my eyes were not the standard of beauty society recognizes. My skin, not the color white. My name, nothing but a reason for me to be last in line here. It was never feeling my Chinese body fit in an American setting. I'm older when I'm at the dinner table. My father turns to me and explains a joke he heard. He says, I'm like a banana. My mind curious, I ask, Papa, what does that mean? He says, yellow on the outside, white on the inside here. It was always feeling too American to understand the Chinese in me. Being a Chinese woman in America is looking down the barrel of oppression for it to shoot model minority. It's seeing the painful history of Chinese women auctioned off like property to white America, knowing history is repeating itself in this city. It's learning about the transcontinental railroad, but not the ones who built it. The sound of the hammers hitting the tracks play in my head, chink. Thousands of unrecorded deaths, chink. Grand opening Atlantic to the Pacific, chink. The Chinese Exclusion Act, chink. Alienization, chink. Otherization, and 150 years later, chink. It's a little girl with yellow skin and small eyes who never found the missing pages of her history textbooks that would help her explain where this word comes from, and suddenly there's silence from America. But America will take time to love their Chinatowns, and as America walks down the streets of San Francisco and Houston, they will believe in the power of the food and the old buildings, but forget that their feet step on the same remnants of hand-carved land Chinese migrants fought for to survive in white America. Being forgotten can feel so complacent, but Chinese women know what it feels like to be forgotten. Silenced not just by America, but by our own culture too. Chinese baby girl, left on the footsteps of a hospital, Chinese girl. Be quiet at the dinner table, Chinese object. Take in all the linglings and men with yellow fever, Chinese woman. Serve tea to the guests, Chinese leftovers. Marry before 24, Chinese wife. Be obedient to your husband, Chinese daughter. Learn your place in the household, Chinese woman. You are stronger than the gold our people lost their lives searching for. More resilient than the cities we built across this land somewhere, woven into the fabrics of our cheap house, fossilized, and the jade we wear around our necks and the red we paint across our lips are the untold stories of the women who came before you, who conquered their oppression and live inside of you to grant you the strength to persevere. To be Asian and American is to play a game of tug of war, except you are the only player. And as you fight with balancing identity, sometimes the rope will fall on either side, and there is no word right enough to describe the pain of losing. The loosening of the rope, the fall, the giving in. But know that in this unique game, you are also always winning.
All right. That was the second poet in our sacrificial head-to-head round. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop a link in the comments section now, and you are going to go click on that link, and you're going to vote for who you think won that round. Was it Glory B with the Jessica Rabbit-esque happening? Or was it talking about the Chinese American experience? You get to decide. Audience, you can also try and influence your fellow judges, because you know who your fellow judges are? Everybody else that's in the audience. So if you have an opinion as to who should win that sacrificial round, drop it in the comment section. Root for your favorites. I'm counting this down. I'm supposed to be timing. We got I think I talked for like 20 seconds. So we got about 30 seconds left. 30 seconds before we finish this. This is your first chance to vote, because after this, we're going to get right into the competition, and that's where it really matters. So we want to make sure that you are able to access this link, that you are able to click on it, that you're able to vote. Go vote, people. Give you about 15 more seconds before we close it. Who y'all voting for? I see Jonathan's voting for Maurice said it's Jessica Rabbit. That's Glory B. Another one for Turquoise. Madeline, also on the B or Y? Yeah, interesting. All right, we're closing that poll in 3, 2, 1. Cut it. Closing it. This is the only time I'm going to let you know who won the round right after the round, because the rest of the night we will keep score, but at the end of the night we will announce who was the winner of the overall. And the winner of the sacrificial round was So shout out if you voted. And no matter which way you voted, shout out if you voted, because that's the important part. But now let's get into tonight's competition. So if we can please bring up that wheel, and we can find out what the first category is going to be in tonight's head-to-head. Give me a wheel. There we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and spin that wheel. Tonight, our categories are family, comedy, or science. So first up tonight, we're going to hear from our poets that have written about science. So let me bring up on the psychedelic purple side, y'all show some love for Sarah Bellum Mental. And on the neon green side, looks like it's going to be Miss Poetica. Oh, yeah. It's about to go down. Now we need to find out who's going to be going first. So we're going to do that with the flip of a coin. So if we can bring that up. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure that I got you guys on the right side. So whoever the coin lands on, that's who's going first. Okay. All right. Neon green. That means Miss Poetica is coming up first. I'm going to go ahead and mute Sarah. She can be a little excited. And Miss Poetica, the stage is yours. The category is science.
Okay. Can you hear me okay? All right. I know I'm not alone when I say I was never any good at science. I guess that's where my life, my lab. My lab stays messy. Truth be told, my life is an upshot of an experiment. I experiment with emotions. Not like the ice cream and rock salt experiments I possess the ingredients to manifest pure joy, and that would be too much like the right thing to deserve. No, I experiment with emotions. I experiment with emotions that be like that volcano you try to be a great science project, but failed. Experiments be like emotions entangled with excitement and disappointment, and don't life be a volcano that be excitement and disappointment? You dress it up, make it look good on the outside, but everyone is waiting to see the mess you are inside. Excitement be a thesis that all the hard work I put into this thing is eventually going to pay off. And then here comes disappointment, test tube baby looking ass, waging biological warfare on all my progress. Disappointment be the formula on the class chalkboard that I could not solve before my classmates finished solving theirs. Sends my self-esteem into a gravitational pull for the worst, and me, I always fall for that shit. Pen and palm, back to the mental board, contemplating what steps I missed, dissect A and B like it's my ex, trying to figure out why I'm so out of my element. Microscope to my theories, concoct this virago of emotions, try to pour it into a beaker to manifest a beacon of hope, of understanding, of love. I still haven't quite figured out the formula to love. No matter if it's relationships, friendships, family, pain be threaded into chromosomes, hurt be embedded into my genes, and how do you demonstrate a solution when your emotions can't seem to evolve past this? I do not know. What I do know is not one failed experiment has stopped me yet. I still do embarrassing dances when I'm happy. I still break shit when I'm angry, then go out and buy myself something twice as nice. I still love hard as fuck. Still cry in the shower, loud and proud. Get out, dry my body, my tears, and then walk around naked because I am beautiful and I own that shit. Ask myself, how could I ever let my emotions make me believe I shouldn't? I do not know. But if everyone believed in global warming as much as I believe in science, it and this science shit would be a hell of a lot cooler. Thank you, guys.
All right, that was Ms. Poetica on the neon green side, kicking off the science round in the poetry wheelhouse. Coming up next, representing the psychedelic purple side. Y'all, first of all, y'all show some love in the comment section for Ms. Poetica. If you enjoyed what you heard, you can just drop some green hearts into the comment section. But now, coming up on the psychedelic purple side, y'all, Sarah Bellum Mental, the stage is yours. The category is science.
Can you hear me? All right. The first law of thermodynamics states, energy can be changed from one form to another, but it cannot be created or destroyed. When I think of a human, I imagine a ball of energy contained within an outer shell that expresses the energetic signature it feels today. And I've seen the power of emotions and how we can handle them, since the darkness within a soul and the lightness of a featherweight heart. When I think of death, I imagine this law in effect that energy can neither be created or destroyed, that the people I've loved blossoms out from me, transferring and transforming through our experiences, that when I die, I'll never be gone. Just a different form of energy to be converted. Our change is constant. And this law becomes like a Bible scripture to me, explaining better than religion how who I love will never be gone. That energy is feasible and physical. Only most people can't feel it. Doesn't mean it isn't there. The love experienced blossoms and blooms like seeds planted for me to nurture, provide the heat of kindness to make it grow, and energy will always be converted. a constant reassurance it'll never be destroyed, and my influence will attach like vines to a host spreading out to see the sun and create a signature of strength, all my own, morphing with metamorphosis, of maneuvering through humankind to manage what each day might hold energetically, leaving my imprint to transform and expand to an entity outside myself. I can't be destroyed, just converted from one form to my next.
Yo, that was Sarah Bellum Mental on the psychedelic purple side. If you liked what you heard, throw some purple hearts in the comment section. That's what you can do, you know? But right now, what you need to do, we already dropped the link. The link is already there. I believe the link is already there. I might be lying. Nope, it's already there. The link is there. Y'all need to click on that link, and y'all need to go vote for who you think won this round, okay? Because that's how it works. It's a head-to-head. Was it Miss Poetica on the neon green side, or was it Sarah Bellum Mental on the psychedelic purple side? You guys got about 45 seconds left to go vote. I see all these hearts coming through in the comment section, which I love. I love. Yes, express how you voted. Try and influence the judges, but make sure that you go vote first, because if you don't, then it don't count. Is how that's going to work out. So, both were phenomenal. I absolutely agree, but you can only pick one. Unfortunately, we have 3 rounds tonight, and the team that wins the best 2 out of 3 is going to be taking home some bragging rights. Woo, 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 woo. And all the clout. You got about 10 seconds left, people. We're dropping that link multiple times because there's a lot of comments coming through, which we love. Keep showing the love, but that way you can find that link. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting is over for that round. Voting is over for that round. One more time. Give it up for Miss Poetica and Sarah Bellum Mental. Okay, we're going to tell you who won the rounds at the end of the night because we're keeping it suspenseful. But for now, let's bring that wheel back up so that we can find out what the next category is going to be. Boom, boom, boom. Spin that wheel. All right, people. Looks like we are moving on to the comedy round. So, representing the psychedelic purple side, I got Steph Love. Welcome to the stage.
Hello.
And representing the neon green side, I got Kimberly Shaw The Closer. Welcome to the Virtual Slam Poetry Wheelhouse Edition. All right, people. Let's find out who's going to go first with a little coin flip. We already know the category is comedy. And we got both of you on here. We just need to figure out who's going first. Remember, we're going to flip this coin, and whatever color it lands on, that's who's going first in this round. Looks like it's going to be the psychedelic purple side going first in the comedy round. So let me go ahead and mute Ms. Kimberly Shaw The Closer. Steph Love. The category is comedy. The stage is yours.
All right. You can hear me okay? Everyone can hear me okay? Belly rumbles, rear end clenched, holding in the sound you fear will clear a room, and there it is. The wind escaping your bottom after flexing to conceal that sound, a stench that doesn't stay very long, silent but deadly. A quiet killer, a muted rip, but can also be the sound that can clap like thunder in the morning, after a workout, while writing poetry, especially after dinner. What can I say? Farting makes me feel so much better. Some may call it indigestion, but I just say that it's my digestive system working as expected. The bubbles in my midsection box with each other, alerting me that it is time. Time for the release. Time for my cheeks to let loose this bloat in my gut, because we all know damn well if you hold that in, you can mess something up. So what if you make the air around me a little less desirable, as if a crop dusting of flatulence flew by to irrigate the oxygen? That's what Febreze is for, preferably the fresh linen kind. And let me be the one that says it. All of your favorite celebrities do it. I'll just name a few, like Beyonce, Rihanna, Cardi B, Tiffany Haddish, Barbara Streisand, Robert De Niro. You can put in the comments who you think is farting on a daily basis or even on like an hourly basis. And I guarantee that diarrhea has blown up their bathrooms a time or two or several. You see, passing gas is a game that all kids have played before, whether boy or girl, because farting knows no gender, no race, no color, no age, no ethnicity. We all do it. Shit. In some countries, passing gas is considered a compliment, so compliments to the chef. Many thanks to the fiber that feeds my bowels to get them bouncing around to eagerly exit my gluteus maximus. This is my expression of gratitude. I am so beyond thankful for being able to cut the cheese, because if I couldn't let one go after I eat, well, there is no couldn't, because I just would.
All right, that was Steph Love on the psychedelic purple side with her comedy poem. So much to say, but I won't. I will just let the poem speak for itself. Now, on the neon green side, Kimberly Shaw The Closer. The category is comedy. The stage is yours.
Can y'all hear me? Do you still think skinny bitches are evil now that you have become one? No tea, no shade. You look good, sis, but I miss that other chick, that fat girl, that thick madame, that queen of comedy who entered our world as a heavyweight, knocking out 4 or 5 dinner plates at the cookout, eating chicken legs, steak fries, and fish fillet at the buffet, punishing that tray at the family reunion, staking out the mom and pop barbecue joint. Now I feel like I need a joint, since I gotta process this and disjoint all my thought process is that led me here. I mean, I used to be a raw food vegan too. So like I said, I am proud of you because I know how hard that shit is to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you found your healthy. You seem happy and you look good, queen. But I'm feeling a little conflicted. I can't rep the same bitch who has now become the woman she dissed all through her sets for years. New body, who this? What you gonna talk about now, sis? Lipo, starvation, diets, deprivation. Oh, my bad. You already did that when you were still coming in at 300 plus strong, plus size, us size. Who is championing our efforts now? You lost some weight. You blew your torch out. And when it was time to pass it on, said, fuck this shit, I'm out. BBWs don't need representation. They don't need role models. I am the last of a dying breed. It ends here. So when I come down off the stage and enter a new phase, new moon, new body, new life, BBW swag will die with me. It ends here. Now what's your focus? You hanging your comedy hat now that you on some hocus pocus, some other shit. Former performer turned transformer. Don't get me wrong, sis. That transformation got you looking good physically, but how are you doing mentally, sis? Seems to me you just an Autobot that turned Decepticon. Run, y'all, run, 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 run! She's a Decepticon, running Decepticons. Put my trust in her hands, now my trust is gone. She's a Decepticon, running Decepticons. What type of shit she on? What is her focus on? So, Miss Monique, what are you gonna tell us now? That we're not worthy? That we be unhealthy? One cheeseburger away from a death trap, when in your book Exhibit A, which I bought, by the way, Miss Mo, you said all the skinny bitches embraced you and said now you made them embrace the fact that they are too skinny, that they need to get another hamburger. So Miss Mo, I'm confused, but I'm braced for your truth. So tell me, what is your message? That was then, this is now. That was when I was a fat 10. Now I'm a skinny hen. The big girls aren't my problem anymore. Whose problem are we now that you have forsaken us? Oh, I get it. The joke's on us now. She trolling us now. Was this always in your plan? Get our support, take our coins, and then key all the way to the bank? Bitch, if it wasn't for that felony charge, we would have keyed your car. So let's just charge that to the game. At one point in your career, I keyed all the way with you, and now I'm not sure what you want me and all the rest of the big girl brigade to do. Throw shade? Nah, those leaves ain't on my tree. I ain't got it in me, so I'll just leave it be and say, I'm proud of you, sis. Keep doing you.
All right, Kimberly Shaw The Closer on the neon green side. Y'all show some love in the comments section. Throw some green hearts for Kimberly, purple hearts for Steph, whoever you were feeling. That was the comedy round, y'all. So we're going to drop that link in the chat, in the comments. What platform am I on? That link is dropped, y'all. So now is when you need to go vote. Who did you think won that round? Was it Steph Love on the psychedelic purple side with her poem about flatulence? Or was it Kimberly Shaw, the closer, on the neon green side with her poem about fatty foods? I don't know. That's what I took away from it. I'm hungry now, and I just ate. Okay, which probably means that I'm experiencing this side after experiencing that side. But that's the beauty of virtual worlds, y'all. We can come together. We can share space. We don't got to smell each other. Anywhoozle, did you vote? Because you only got 30 seconds left. Did you vote? Go. Click on that link that we dropped in the comment sections and go vote for who you think won the comedy round. Once again, over here, Steph Love on the psychedelic purple side with flatulence, or Kimberly Shaw, the closer, on the neon green side with fatty foods. You got 5 seconds, people. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pew! All right, we're going to go ahead and close that poll. Thank you to everybody that voted. Shout out to Steph Love. Shout out to Kimberly Shaw, the closer. We're going to let y'all know who won these rounds at the end of the night. We only got one more round to go, but before we do, if you're watching once again and you're like, I need to get in on this action, I need to jump in on these shows, I want virtual cash slams, I want open mics, I want writing groups and writing prompts, I want access to workshops, I want live feeds when we return to the real world and have real in live features, then what you got to do is head on over to the Right About Now Facebook page and become a supporter. It's that little big blue button, become a supporter. Click, only $4.99 a month, and you get access to everything. That is who gets to compete in these virtual shows and these cash slams. We do give away $100 every month in a head-to-head slam. So if you want access to that, all you got to do is become a supporter. $4.99 a month. Go right about now. WAM Poetry. When this is done, because right now, don't go nowhere. We got one more round, and we already know which round it is. It's going to be the family round, y'all. So, coming up to the stage right now, representing the psychedelic purple side, I got Cassandra IsFree. Hey.
Hey.
All right. Cassandra will be going head to head on the neon green side with Miss Zanny.
Hello.
Hey. It's going down, y'all. This is it. The last round, the money round. I mean, we can call it that. But I'm going to go ahead and say, we're playing. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now, each team has won one round. I don't know if that's true or not because I haven't looked at the results, but I'm going to say that each team has won one round. So this round determines who wins. So let's go ahead and flip a coin and see who's going to be going first. Let's bring that virtual coin up on screen. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I need a coin to flip. There we go. All right. Purple. All right. So it looks like it's going to be Cassandra IsFree that's going to be going first from the psychedelic purple side. So let me go ahead and mute Miss Zanny. Cassandra. The category.
All right. I just want to make sure I'm good. I'm doing good. I just want to make sure that you can hear me. All right. Perfect.
We can hear you. The category is family. The stage is.
Growing up, I used to play the dozens around the neighborhood. As a matter of fact, I played the dozens of times, everything from jokes about clothes to shoes to the darkness of my hue, but I always drew the line at your mama jokes. You know, like, your mama's so poor she can't even pay attention. Your mama's so poor people rob her house for practice. But see, the fact is we were poor. So this poem is an ode to old school mothers who made it work in the face of adversity. Thank you for raising us. Now, my mother never really yelled. She's always been more of a soft-spoken, threaten you through clenched teeth to get her point across type of mother, that type to tell you beforehand that you better not ask for nothing in the store because you ain't gonna get it mother, that don't embarrass me out here in these streets type of mother, I'm not one of your little friends type of mother, that if all your friends jump off a bridge, you gonna jump too type of mother, and probably my favorite, that you got McDonald's money type of mother. But see, what I didn't realize as a child was that she was preparing me for the world as an adult, that there were life lessons in her lecture guidance in her groundings, salvation in her spankings. And I never understood how her spanking me was going to hurt her more than it hurt me until I became a mother, but I get it now. So this poem is an ode to old school mothers who impart wisdom unto children, often too foolish to listen. Don't ask for nothing in the store because nothing in this world is free. Don't embarrass me because the caliber of your character is important. I'm not one of your little friends. Demand your respect. If your friends jump, you're going to jump too. Be a leader, not a follower. And yes, my mother sometimes had McDonald's money, but she also had the sense to save it for rainy days. Man, I watched my mother at times carry the weight of the world on her shoulders effortlessly. Like, we didn't have a lot growing up, but Christmas never missed us, and birthdays were not the worst days. Now, I rarely had name brand, no designer clothes and shoes. Got sent to school prepared to be bullied and picked on for wearing Bobos and Etonics, and my mama knew I had a fighting mouth on me, so she refused to let me grow up only speaking Ebonics without knowing how to code switch, so I could rumble with the tough chicks and then turn around and talk my way out of detentions and suspensions. Yes, my mama taught me that too. So this poem is an ode to old school mothers who taught their children street smarts and common sense as an accompaniment to the expected graduation. Now, I never quite figured out who Boo Boo the Fool was, but I knew it wasn't my mother. I knew she wasn't born yesterday. I knew a soft head made a hard behind, and that I better know my schoolwork like I knew those songs. I learned that as scientifically impossible as it may sound, talking back somehow get me knocked into next week. So watch your tone when you speak. That somehow leaving the door open was going to heat the hole outside. She taught me about finances fast, like don't let your mouth write a check that your butt can't cash. I was low-key impressed and terrified, which is probably why I drew the line at your mama jokes. So this poem is an ode to old school mothers who played no games when it came to raising their children as best they could. We honor you, and ain't nothing funny about that.
Yo, that was Cassandra IsFree in the family round, representing the psychedelic purple side. If you liked what you heard, throw them purple hearts in the comment section. It is flooded, which I know is not a word that people in Houston like to hear. So it is overflowing. No, that's not a good one either. It's okay. There's a lot of purple hearts happening now. On the neon green side, Miss Zanny. The category is family. The stage is yes. We can
you hear me?
Yes. The stage is yours.
During the last semester of my undergrad, I was very glad to have a few months left to go so I can get into the flow of the possibilities I have as the first woman down my maternal line to graduate with a bachelor's degree. I called my dad to share my next journey to live in the live music capital of the world. He said it was pretty far, but not for me to be a star, but for me to be a mother. What about the grandkids? Yes, he asked me this. Now, before I gave him a peace of mind, I had to find some peace and be still. Point out that 1, I'm months away from finishing my degree. 2, I don't have a partner to share that responsibility with me. 3, after all the years of what I did with those kids, from raising my voice to giving them a choice, you best behave or you'll be given the punishment I made. Do you think I want to give up my life to be the center of their attention? Focus on being their protector when all I want is to take my own adventures around the globe? I thought I was more than some vessel. I certainly don't want to wrestle with the pain of swollen boobs and feet while wobbling down some street, feeling fat with cravings galore. I'm sure you don't need to hear any more details from me. A crotch goblin that I'm chasing around, keeping up with them at this time. Please rewind before you fix your lips to ask me again. Just remember, you have 3 of them to keep you occupied. And of course, that's great. Oh, oh my God. Okay, alrighty. During my last semester of my undergrad. I was very glad to have a few months left to go so I could get within the flow of the possibilities I have as the first woman down my maternal line to graduate with a college degree. I called my dad to share my next journey to live in the live music capital of the world. He said I was pretty far, not for me to be a star, but for me to be a mother. What about the grandkids? Yes, he asked me this. Now, before I gave him a piece of my mind, I had to find some peace and be still. Point out that 1, I'm months away from finishing a college degree. 2, I don't have a partner to share that responsibility with me. And 3, after all the years of what I did with those kids, from raising my voice to giving them a choice between you best behave or you'll be given the punishment that I've made. Do you think I want to give up my life to be the center of their attention? Focus on being their protector when all I want is to take my own adventures?
All right. That was Miss Zanny. A couple of technical difficulties, but we reached that 3-minute and 10-second time limit. First time limit reach of the night. Y'all, be angry about the time limit. Just go ahead and boo the time penalty, but that's fine. Y'all show some love for Miss Zanny on the neon green side. That poll is up. These poems were fire. Y'all need to decide who is going to take it home. Take it home tonight. Oh, I did that. Okay. You have 1 minute to go vote. Click on them links. Don't beat yourself up. It's all good. You still spit a dope poem. So wasn't Miss Zanny on the neon green? There we go. On the neon green side about getting her degree, or was it Cassandra is free? I didn't mean for that to rhyme. With an ode to old school mamas, I need you to go vote right now. You got 30 seconds, people. You are the judges. You at home are the judges. Go click on that link. Go vote for who you think won the family round, and we're gonna find out who won tonight. I'm gonna have myself a good time. I feel alive. And you got 10 seconds to vote. Okay, I'm gonna stop. We're done. You got 5 seconds, and then we're gonna close this poll, y'all. Y'all better go vote right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting is closed for the night. Y'all show some love and make some noise in the comment section for Miss Zanny on the neon green side and for Cassandra is free on the psychedelic purple side. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the Poetry Wheelhouse competition. So I'm going to get with my producers. My producers are speaking into my ear right now. We are tabulating those scores to see who won. We are tabulating those scores. Looks like, coming in close. Was it? Okay, I have confirmation, people. I have confirmation. Our winners this evening in a narrow 2-1 win. Please welcome to the stage Kimberly Shaw The Closer, Miss Zanny, and Miss Poetica. It's the neon green side. Bringing them back on. Yo, let me unmute y'all. There we go. Congratulations, ladies.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Killing it in a narrow 2-1 slim win. The neon green side repping it for the win. Congratulations one more time. Let's go ahead and bring on all of our competitors this evening. We got Cassandra is free, Steph Love, Sarah Bellum Mental. Y'all, great job tonight. Great job.
I love you guys.
Yay, lots of love. All right, people.
Y'all killed it. This competition.
Go green.
It was killer. All right, people. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, shout out to our winners, the neon green side, Kimberly Shaw The Closer, Miss Zanny, and Miss Poetica. But let's not forget about the psychedelic purple side, Steph Love, Cassandra is free, and Sarah Bellum Mental. One more time, y'all. Much love to all the ladies that competed tonight in the fire poems that were dropped. If you want a chance to compete in one of these Poetry Wheelhouse team competitions or in our virtual slam head-to-head edition, which is coming up in 2 weeks for a chance to win $100, then you got to become a supporter. Go to right about now on the Facebook page, WAM Poetry, Right About Now Facebook page, and click Become a Supporter. For $4.99 a month, you get access to these slams, access to the open mics, access to monthly writing prompts. April's coming up. We have daily writing prompts in April. You also have workshops, feedback, submissions fund. So if you submit to places, you can get reimbursed for your submissions. And then when the world opens up, you get to see the live stream. So no matter where you are, no matter where you live, you can still catch Right About Now on a weekly basis once that gets back to normal in 2023. Just kidding. Hopefully it'll be sooner than that. Anywhoozle, thank you so much. Shout out to our production team, Amir Safi and Danny Strack, taking care of it all in the background. Shout out to the audience for tuning in. My name is Chibbi. This was fantastic. Y'all have a good night. Thank you again. Stay safe out there, y'all.